Horseback riding is a sport that requires patience and, of course, skill. But for some sick children and their families, it's providing some much-needed healing. These young patients and their families are participating in pony power therapy on a farm in New Jersey. They learn to ride and to care for the horses. Despite their size and strength, horses tend to be very calm. Studies show children who spend time with them have lower stress levels. Horseback riding also helps them build muscle and coordination. And here's a guy who's very fond of horses, Mark Prater. They are calming.
They are. It's remarkable. I've volunteered at the Red Barn out there in Leeds, and they do great work like that as well. But you put a child on a horse, in most cases, they're very calm. It's like they know. It's incredible. But that's a great story. And we've got a lot to talk about with the forecast. I know college football coming up now, and a lot of folks want to know, are we going to be sunburned or are we going to need the ponchos? I think we should be in pretty good shape, but maybe a little sunscreen needed. Here's a look at the current conditions right now across our area. And check out Tuscaloosa. You're at 96 degrees. That's hot. 94 right now in Birmingham, 92 in Anniston. And even though we really haven't changed a whole lot weather-wise, the only difference is there's less water or water vapor, humidity in the air. So that allows temperatures to go up a couple of degrees warmer than maybe if it were a bit more humid. Temperatures range anywhere from around 90 to 91 at 6 o'clock, and then we'll gradually begin the cooling process. And, I use that term loosely, cooling, because we'll see mid-80s right through 9 o'clock. Our southeast radar view, it's offering more of what we'd expect for the end of August, scattered showers popping up at random. We've had a couple here locally, but they rain themselves out so quickly. They're just tough to track at this point. But down towards the south, that's where a lot of the action is, and this is actually Hermine. This is the east side of Hermine, and Hermine is what we call an asymmetrical storm. That means everything is on the east side, not a whole lot wrapping around on the back side. Now, granted, we don't have radars out over the Gulf of Mexico, but it is still showing indications that it is going to be a heavily eastern side type of storm, and that's why they're getting tremendous amounts of rain now up through Pinellas, Florida, Tampa, St. Petersburg, and all of that is the outer band, believe it or not, the first outer band of Hermine, which is still back here. Now, when I talk about that asymmetrical storm, notice everything on the west side of this is just pretty quiet. Not much is going on. All of the action is more on the east side, and that's where the flare-ups will continue. So as this storm tracks towards the north, this is the latest National Hurricane Center track. And what they consider as far as the track with this system is along lines of what will happen with the atmosphere. High pressure, low pressure, a trough, and even our forecast models. And the track has now adjusted a little bit towards the west. So this is interesting that we'll see it now make landfall somewhere around Panama City Beach back over towards Apalachicola. And look at the winds, 70 miles per hour Friday morning. That's almost a minimal hurricane. Has to hit 74 to be a hurricane. But as it tracks towards the north, northeast, it now looks like with winds at that speed, we will start to see a bit of a breeze associated with this. Not necessarily much in the way of rain because, again, a lot of it will be on the east side, but that will have an impact. So we have to watch that carefully and see that the winds will start to pick up just a bit late Thursday into Friday. Heaviest rain will be in the Big Bend of Florida. We'll get maybe a quarter of an inch, mostly east of I-65. And for those of you headed out to Dallas, no problems, just an isolated shower possible, but it is going to be hot. And same for the plains, just no mention of rain. We'll see dry conditions and temperatures into the 70s and 80s. Quick look at our forecast for the remainder of this evening. Cloud cover hit and miss, and you'll see temperatures slowly getting back into the lower 80s. But here's your Storm Track 7-day, that chance of showers late Thursday into Friday, mainly for East Alabama. Labor Day and the whole weekend looking good, but we do start to heat back up, and it will be comfortable compared